if you're a subscriber, you've probably seen that we're having a lot of trouble out of the pond this year. So it should be, water line should be up in that gravel, and you can see where it's at. There's a little gray spot over there you may be able to see. In another video, we put 550 pounds of bentonite into a hole that we found there a couple of months ago, and it didn't even slow it down. So we're losing about 3/4 of an inch a day, and we have come to the point where the fish, some of the walleye I saw floating over the last couple of weeks, and it's just a matter of time before everything dies, because I got a bad feeling this pond's going to dry up to nothing. So we've got the net stretched out there. We're going to go ahead and pull a net through here. We'll probably pull it twice, maybe, depending on how big a pain in the butt it is. So we're going to split them up, and you know, this tank stays close. That tank there, we got to travel a little bit, so we're rigging up some aerators. We're going to run aquarium aerators. I've got a couple of them set up there. We're going to use an inverter and run those air pumps, because it's going to be about 25-30 minute trip down the road. You can see the tanks are topped off, so we're going to pull that net through, and then we'll get it sort of hopefully closed up down here on this end is the plan. Sort of close it up down here, and then we'll use the dip nets to scoop in, bring the fish up, probably in buckets or in the nets, and separate them out there. I've got the aerators in there. They're still running. Those absolutely are the only thing keeping these fish alive for the last month. We have had very little rain, and that water is probably, now I'm going to guess, maybe 2 feet deep of water and probably a foot of silt. So I expect we'll be about knee deep right here. Up there, that aerator is just about out of the water there. So I'm going to pull the aerators out of there to get the lines out of the way, and then we're actually going to put those aerators in these tanks to keep the fish, you know, alive while we're in the process here. So I'm going to get you guys set up over here off to the side, and we'll get started. Up pulling the net through the pond 3 times, and we had a lot of trouble with, you can see all the chara. It's an algae, it looks like moss or whatever growing. That gave us a little bit of trouble to pull the net through, and it seemed like the fish were trying to hide up in it a little more than I anticipated. But the first net pull we did pretty good. The second net pull seemed like we sort of figured out what we were doing, and we did pretty good. And then the third net pull, we didn't get very many fish, so I feel pretty good about. There's plenty of air in there. You can see there's some of them are not doing very well. There's a couple of bluegill in there that just not doing very well. They were stressed to begin with, being in the pond. You know, for the last 2 months, all the fish in there have been highly stressed. And then today's activities didn't help it out at all. This board, I'm going to go ahead and screw down, because the fish in this tank are going down the road about oh, I don't know, 10 or 12 miles. But you can see the fish are in there. They're looking pretty happy and healthy. There's about 400 gallons. I think there's maybe 400. No, maybe it's a 350 gallon tank here, I think. I think there's about 250 or 300 gallons in this tank. But these fish are all going across the field. So we're just going to leave the tractor hooked up to the trailer, and we're going to go deliver those next door at my parents' place. Then after we get these fish off, we'll take those down the road and get those offloaded too. Well, we made it over here to Dad's place, which again is right next door. So this is the pond they're going in, quite a bit bigger. Yeah.
Watch out. That might be that big old bluegill there.
Yeah, could be.
Good?
Yep. Yeah, a couple of nice walleye. Smallmouth?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, nice smallmouth. Yeah, that's a nice reddier in there. Oh, well, this was just the easiest access with that trailer. Yeah, another smallmouth.
That bluegill. Come here, bluegill.
That's that big one.
Yeah, that's that big one.
Look at the size of that thing. That is a massive bluegill. Cool, cool. It's a nice large mouth. It probably goes, I bet it's pushing 4 pounds if it ain't. That's a good one.
That one. That's a big one, huh?
Looks healthy too.
Yeah.
Good, good.
I think that's the biggest one.
I think it is.
That's the biggest fish
That's
in
a
your
nice
pond.
one.
Yeah, I'd say it is.
Unceremonious kerplunk. That's all right. They'll take off. They getting that
Quite a few walleye in there.
more walleye. Yeah.
Yeah, another nice bluegill. A couple walleye in there. 3 walleye in there. Yeah, 3 walleye.
Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, walleye and some bluegill. Good, good. Well, here we are down the road a bit. It's about a half-acre pond, and we've been doing a little bit of fishing over here. It doesn't get much attention, and it's sort of overloaded with little bass. So we've been taking little bass out for a while, and it needs some bluegill because the bluegill that are in it are monsters. So we're going to take them down there in buckets, but I wanted to show you how we had a strap across this piece of plywood. Strap running across it, plus we had it screwed down. And you can see the aerator lines. We had them zip tied to the frame of the thing, and then run down to the inverter on a car battery and the 2 aquarium pumps.
You just get used to it here then.
Yeah.
They look good. I see a few of them swimming around down in there. We're trying not to put any of the water from the tank into this pond. We don't want to contaminate this pond with anything that might be in my pond. swam away. You think you're going to get fed, don't you? They're all swimming away. Well, except for that guy. They keep sheep around the pond here in the summertime, so they don't have to weed eat around the pond edge. They're all swimming away. They're doing really good. We did a good job getting them over here healthy. Them sheep do a good job in here. How many you got there?
About 30.
Okay, that makes about 200. And we got the supervisors today making the movie. About 10 there, something like that. Yeah, they are. They look really good. And there's different age classes on the red ear even. So I mean, them red ear were put in the pond over there. I've seen 3 different sizes of red ear now, so that's great. Because I think them red ear were they 2 years old this year?
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Eating low here.
Are we? Okay. I'll take these. Well, here we are back at the house, unloading all the stuff. We are done. Well, that's it. We're all done. That second pond, we kind of kept track of how many fish, and it was about 225. So I would say it was probably not quite that many that we put into the first pond over there at Dad's, but they were different fish. So like the second pond was all bluegill and red ear, but over at Dad's pond we put all the bass, all the walleye, smallmouth. I think that one perch, you know, it went into Dad's tank too. So probably I'm going to guess about 150 fish to Dad's and 225 over to our friend's house. So, you know, that'd give you an idea of roughly how many fish were left in a little bitty old mud hole like this. Well, guys, I hope I gave you some good ideas, maybe what to try or what not to try if you're running into a situation like this with your own pond. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos of me working on doing stuff to this pond or working out in the garage, click the subscribe button. Till the next time, keep on tinkering.